All right, so we're going to be using the elimination method of solving a system of linear equations. Elimination method, that's the third method. We have graphing, we have substitution. So when two equations are in standard form, that's when we want to use elimination. It's going to be very easy to use elimination when they're in standard form. So the goal is to make either the x coefficients or the y coefficients opposites. So opposites would be, for instance, 3x and a negative 3x. So one equation will have a positive 3x, the other will have a negative 3x. They're opposites of each other. All right? The reason we do this is when we add the two equations together, we're going to eliminate one of them. Once one of the variables is eliminated, you'll solve the equation for the remaining variable. Always remember you're finding a point of intersection, so you have to have an x value and a y value. Once you find either the x or the y value, go in and solve for the remaining value. All right, next screen. All right, so we're going to solve this system right here for the point of intersection. Notice positive 2x, negative 2x. So when I go to add those, right, look what's going to eliminate. 2x and negative 2x is 0, so they're gone, right? And then 3x and 9x, or sorry, 3y and 9y is 12y. And 11 plus 1 is 12. Divide both sides by 12, and you get y equals 1. We're not done yet, though. So I'm going to go pick, hopefully I can get a different thickness here. And now we're going to find out what x equals when y equals 1. So I'm going to pick the 2x plus 3y equals 11. Right? And then wherever I see a y, I'm going to put in a 1. So 3 times 1, okay, is 11. Then I'll have 2x plus 3 equals 11. Subtract 3 from both sides. Sorry, that's a 3. And you'll have 2x equals 8. Not done yet. Let's divide both sides by 2. So when y equals 1, x equals 4. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So my point of intersection is 4, comma, 1. You know how to check it. Just because of time, I'm not going to check it. But you know how to do that. So you should go ahead and do that to make sure. Next one, notice these are both positive 3. However, if I just multiply the bottom equation by negative 1, both sides of the bottom equation by negative 1, the top equation will stay negative 2x plus 3y equals 17. And the bottom equation becomes negative 5x minus 3y equals negative 52. All right, look, now I can eliminate my y's because I have a 3y and a negative 3y, so they can cancel. Negative 2x and negative 5x is negative 7x. 17 minus 52 is negative 35. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 7. And I'm going to get x equals 5. Then I'm going to go into the top equation. Wherever I see an x, I'm going to put in a 5. So it's going to be negative 2 times 5 plus 3y equals 17. This is going to be negative 10 plus 3y equals 17. I'm going to add 10 to both sides. And when I do that, I'll have 3y equals 27. Divide both sides by 3. So divide by 3. Let's see if I can divide by 3. So y will equal 9. So boom, y equals 9. Point of intersection is 5, comma, 9. Go back and check it. All right, next one. All right, this one's pretty easy again because sure enough, it is, the y's are opposite. So 8x and 5x is 13x. I'm going to do this pretty quickly. 20 and negative 59 is negative 39. Divide both sides by 13. I'm going to get x equals negative 3. Go back in, I'll go into the top equation. Wherever I see an x, I'll put in a negative 3, and then I'll solve for y. So then I have negative 24 plus 11y equals 20. Add 24 to both sides. And I'll have 11y equals 44. Divide both sides by 11. And sure enough, y equals 4. So y equals 4. So my point of intersection is negative 3, comma 4. Check to make sure that point works in both equations. You know how to do that. Next one. Okay, look, both positive 4s, but let's just, when I multiply by a negative 1, all I'm doing is changing all of the signs. So it becomes a negative 4x plus negative 18x plus 27. And so my 4x's cancel. 4x and negative 4x is 0. 13y and negative 18y is 18y equals negative 18 plus 27 is 9. It's okay, you're going to get a fraction, but that's all right. Divide both sides by 18. Y equals 9/18, but 9/18 reduces to 1/2. So now I'm going to put that in the top equation. 4x plus 36 times 1/2, which is my y value, will equal negative 18. So I'll have 4x plus 18 equals negative 18. Subtract 18 from both sides. 4x will equal negative 36. Divide 4 from both sides. So x will equal negative 9. So this actually has negative 9, comma 1/2. Okay. As the point of intersection, go back and check to make sure. And I'm going to try to go faster here so that you don't have to listen to my voice too long. All right. So sometimes you're going to have to multiply one or both of the equations by a number so that either the x or the y coefficients are opposites. Just like before, if they weren't opposites, we had to multiply everything by negative 1. So the first thing I look at is to see, do I have to multiply both equations by a number, or can I only multiply one of the equations by a number? Well, this is positive 6, and this is negative 2. So if I multiply the bottom by 3, that's going to give me a negative 6 on the bottom, negative 6y. So let's just do that. I'm going to rewrite the first one as 3x plus 6y equals negative 6. Then I'm going to, oops, I have to multiply this side by 3 as well. Then this is going to be negative 15x minus 6y equals negative 52. Do I have that right? Nope, 42. My bad. Negative 42. So notice, the 6y and negative 6y cancel when I go to add. 3x and negative 15x is negative 12x equals negative 48. Divide both sides by negative 12. So x equals 4. Then I'm going to go up to the top equation. 3 times 4 plus 6y equals negative 6. And now I'm going to solve for y. 12 plus 6y equals negative 6. Subtract 12 from both sides. I'm going to have 6y equals negative 18. Oops, 18. I'll make it a goofy 18. Divide both sides by 6. So y equals negative 3. So my point of intersection is 4 comma -3. Always go back and check. You know how to do that, right? You just put both 4 in for x, 3 in, -3 in for y, and make sure both equations work. Okay, 6. -2, 7, they don't have anything. Like -2 doesn't go into 7, so I'm not going to multiply that one unless I have to. So I'm going to go check my y's. And 5 is a factor of 15. That's a positive 15. This is a -5. So I'm going to multiply everything by 3. It's a coincidence that the last equation I multiplied everything by 3 as well. That's not always going to be the case. All right. So I'm going to rewrite that as the top one is -2x plus 15y equals -32. Then I'm going to take and multiply the bottom 21x minus 15y equals 51. All right. So then I'm going to have 19x equals 19. Divide both sides by 19. So I'm going to have x equal to 1. All right. In order to have room, I'm going to go ahead and erase. That's not it. Erase here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and erase. Oh, sorry. I went ahead and erased that, so make sure you wrote it down. If not, stop and go back and do that. So now I have, go back and make sure you have everything written down. So we got what? X equals 1. So I'm going to have -2 times 1 plus 15y equals -32. Right? So -2y. No, sorry, -2 plus 15y equals -32. Add 2 to both sides. So you get 15y equals -30. Divide both sides by 15, and you get y equals -2. All right, y equals -2, so 1 -2. I'm in a rush because I can see I only have a couple more minutes. So let me get the next ones done for you. All right, sometimes we're going to have to multiply both top and bottom by a number. All right, so since the y is positive and this y is negative, I'm going to just multiply the top by, everything on the top by 4, and everything on the bottom by 5. When I do that, my y's will cancel. So I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm going to do 16x plus 20y equals 60. And then you're going to have 30x minus 20y equals 55. Right. So then you're going to get what? 46x equals 115. And yes, it's goofy. But when I divide both sides by 46, I'll get x equals 2.5. So just go back to the top equation like I've done before, put 2.5 either in the top or the bottom and solve for y. All right, this one, -4, +7, 3 and 5, they don't have any, the one doesn't go into the other, so I'm going to, because this is a positive, -4 and a +7, I'm going to multiply the top, everything on the top by 7, and everything on the bottom by 4. All right. So I'm going to make this quick, and so this is going to be 21, oh, I have to multiply that by 7. 21x minus 28y equals 266. And then I only have a couple minutes, then we're going to have 20x plus 28y equals -20. When you do that, you'll get 41x equals 246. Divide both sides by 41. And you'll get x equals 6. You're not done. Go back in and put x in for 6 and solve for y. And then check your answer. You guys should be good.